Joe Russo, when he was asked to describe what his return to Marvel was all about in regards to the upcoming Avengers films, it's a beginning. It's a new beginning. Quote, "What's compelling about these two new Avengers movies is that they are a beginning. It's a new beginning. So we told an ending story, and now we're telling a beginning story. And then who knows where we'll go from there." End quote. Who knows where we're going to go from there? I'll tell you exactly where we're going to go from there, because on Wednesday morning, Marvel had the bright idea to host a 5.5 hour live stream featuring nothing but a bunch of chairs and one overpriced actor that is going to be leading one of the most key jangling and infuriating movies that you are likely to ever see. All to announce that Avengers Doomsday is finally in production. Marvel decided to, yes, do exactly what I described and, well, roll out the red carpet for a bunch of people that had led them back to the one place that they last seen unmitigated success. It was absolutely insane, man. Hey, hang around. Hang around for as long as you want. We're not going to put like music. We're not going to have any interesting interviews or anything like that. No, just hang around, because every 10 minutes, we're just going to go ahead and pan over to a new chair and reveal somebody's name for a movie that you don't remember and ultimately fucking bombed. God, I was just... I'm beside myself with this one. Normally, I don't get that upset when it comes to this Marvel stuff, because a lot of it has been slop, and, well, for as much as I really enjoyed the first phase, I've been pointing and laughing at this stuff about for the same amount of time that I've been checked out of it. Okay, phase 2 rolled around, and the first thing that I seen was Iron Man 3, and it's like, nah, I'm good, man. I'm just good with movies, full stop, okay? And Marvel, especially in the post-Endgame landscape, has just putting out turd after turd after turd, dumping on their legacy one iteration at a time. And we're supposed to get excited, because we're kind of bringing back some of the people from the past. We're bringing back more people from the even further past, and everybody that couldn't get a movie off the ground in the meantime. It's absolutely insane, right? We'll get over this, or we'll get over the list of both of the people who are in and those who have yet to sign on the bottom line, because there's more to this Hollywood Reporter article. We'll come back to it, but just, yeah, using the headline, Marvel unveils Avengers Doomsday cast with MCU mainstays and the X-Men. And yes, Fantastic Four stars and all of the Thunderbolts sans the Taskmaster. So what a lot of people were thinking might end up being true, as the impetus and the thrust for the Thunderbolts is going to be the Taskmaster, I was going to say master, but that's not even really the case. The Task Mistress getting knocked off in the first scene, and that really being the motivation for the team of who's that? But there was a lot of occasions that even when I was I wasn't specifically watching the live stream, but oh my god, even on the YouTube channel, over 100,000 people throughout most of the stream. Like, lowest I seen it was in the mid 90s, and it was just a bunch of idiots in the chat going, "Oh wow, I'm excited. Ooh, the key jangling sure works for me," because that reveal, man, it was quintessential. Not even just Marvel, but just Disney. Okay? It was no dialogue, no character interaction. It is simply, hey, this is this thing, get excited for next thing, because you might remember something. It was simply squeezing every last member berry for every last drop of juice they could possibly produce. It was not it. It really wasn't, okay? Because, yeah, okay, it'll still go out there and trend, right? But most people, at least by Friday, like, they've already forgot about this. Or they're just memeing on it. It's like, wow, people watch the live stream. A lot of people watch the live stream. And I'm just talking about the YouTube numbers, right? Over 100,000 people concurrently. And I can't corroborate this, but I've seen it a couple of different times. Over 2.2, and hell, at some points, over 3 million people on Twitter watching this live stream. But I thought Disney, bucked Twitter a lot there. Because they didn't want to stand alongside Elon Musk. Funny how they always come crawling back. Just like, well, the list of characters that you undoubtedly remember. But they started everything off with Chris Hemsworth, which it's like, oh, okay, cool. Because you heard talk on both sides of this. And it was smart for them to go ahead and do this, because it really set the tone of, ooh, who could possibly be in there? Spoilers, nobody that's going to be portraying anybody knew. It was all characters that you know, hence the whole, ooh, look at this, you remember this. It's just like with Star Wars, right? With all of those stupid fucking Filoni projects where it's like, oh, hey, oh, here's Luke Skinwalker. Oh, it's Ahsoka. Oh, it's Cad Bane. You remember? Don't manage... Or don't mind the story that we're not telling. It's, oh, here's character. Oh, here's actor. You like Jack Black and Liz. Okay, well, don't remember any of that stuff. But, oh, here's Christopher Lloyd acting like a complete fucking retard. God, this is the future of entertainment. Because this film is going to make a lot of fucking money. Mostly because it needs to. Because there's a lot of fucking people that they're going to have to pay. Paul Rudd is Ant-Man. And it's like, yeah, okay, that totally makes sense. He wasn't knocked off, even though he probably should have been the impetus of, defeating Kang in the multiverse, but I guess that would have made things even more interesting, and maybe that was one of the shot endings. Michael Douglas, Hank Pym's not going to be in Doomsday, or, maybe they just haven't negotiated with him quite yet, but Shang-Chi coming back, remember his movie? Of course you don't. But they're going to have to address Loki in being Yggdrasil, the center of time, holding all of the timelines together, and when people see him in the theater going, I thought you were dead, because you were dead at the end of Infinity War, rather, and you weren't brought back after the snap was reversed. Why is he a tree? There's going to be so many people doing that stuff, but yeah, Sentry, Yelena, every other member of the Thunderbolts, they're going to be there, because it's funny, right? They want to do this revelatory live stream revealing everybody that you're supposed to get excited for, and they end up spoiling the Thunderbolts, mostly because they know that nobody's going to go watch the Thunderbolts. But yeah, get excited when names like Danny Ramirez are put on chairs and people go, who? But yeah, Winston Duke as M'Baku. Letitia Wright as Black Panther. I beg your pardon? Yes, all 4 members of the new Fantastic Four. You've got Tenoch Huerta Mia. You get Namor, because everybody remembers that great character from which movie again? Oh yeah, exactly. One of those ones that was so great, and it was the best Marvel movie since the last Marvel movie, but then it ended up getting usurped by the next Marvel movie. Hannah John Kamen. Ghost is going to be there. You're going to remember Ghost, remember? But the most pernicious, and obviously the only thing that ended up really popping a rating, yeah, we talked about it, and the only thing that it really, really upset me, well, even more so than a lot of other things, and this is why I'm just so mad about this, but you seen it in the headline, right? XMen. It's like, well, yeah, you just do one of your most recent successes, had X-Men in it, right? Like, you had Gambit, who's gonna be coming back, the only person that was attached to Deadpool and Wolverine, at least right now, who's gonna be coming into Avengers Doomsday. I would have to think that Ryan Reynolds and Henry Cavill are just hammering out very lucrative deals. They're definitely going to be in it. Marvel would be insane not to. But yeah, if you're reading that byline that's down there, when we're talking about X-Men, okay, no, we're not just talking about theoretical X-Men like Gambit, Channing Tatum's Gambit. We're talking about some of the original ones, and okay, cool. Patrick Stewart. Yeah, Patrick Stewart's going to be back, guys, because everybody remembers when he was last in the MCU, right? Well, it wasn't quite the MCU. It was Fox's MCU, right? Like, he got his big send-off in the logo. Oh, wait, no, he was back in Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. You remember that, right? Oh, no, you don't. Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, no, it's going to be great that he's back. But actual X-Men that are coming back, Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler. It's like, that's kind of a strange pull, but all right. James Marsden as Cyclops. That was one of those names that I kind of thought, it's like, well, if you're just going to have this big old long cavalcade of cameos like you have with Deadpool and Wolverine, why not have Cyclops? Why not have Storm, who wasn't confirmed as well? Because we can take a look at the people who were not confirmed, okay, which is also just as interesting as everything that wasn't. But yeah, Chris Evans and Haley Atwell, because, well, we don't want to detract from Anthony Mackie, who is definitely going to be Captain America moving forward. So yeah, we don't want to necessarily give everything away, right? But yeah, no Hulk. No Hulks, full stop. No Scar, no She-Hulk, and no Mark Ruffalo as Hulk. But Okoye, well, if you're going to be dragging in all of the Wakanda folks, I don't know why you don't go ahead and bring in the most prominent Dora Milaje. That's a proper way to say that. But Chris Pratt as Star-Lord, that's very interesting. No Wong either. And then nobody from the Marvels, no Brie Larson, no Ms. Marvel, no, what's her name, Proton or some shit like that. But I don't know, man. You want to go ahead and bring in Beast, because that was another name. It's like, oh, you remember that? Yeah, because Beast was sweet in the original Fox X-Men movies, right? And Kelsey Grammer, perfect casting. but he's already been in the MCU. You remember? I remember. I don't want to see any more of it because the last time I seen him, it was just CGI disaster. But Jeremy Renner is Hawkeye. No Spider-Man. Full stop. Okay. Oscar Isaac's Moon Knight, where it's like, anybody really clawing for that? But yeah. Evangeline Lilly is the Wasp, Tessa Thompson, Valkyrie, Paul Bettany, Paul Bettany, and Chris Pratt, okay? The two central characters for this upcoming Vision Quest show that is supposed to be also going in production in a relatively short order. They're not coming in. Or Dominique Thorne as Ironheart, not going to see her, but you're having an Avengers movie as well, and there's no Nick Fury. I'd imagine he probably just hasn't signed on the line, because it's like, what else does Samuel L. Jackson have going for him? But yeah, Dakota Johnson as Madam Web is like a disgusting film. Are you just, trying to take the piss on that one? But yeah, Monica Rambeau, no Tiana Paris, and then yes, Benedict Cumberbatch. No Doctor Strange either. Yeah, because he's confirmed. It's kind of like all of the talk with Chris Hemsworth, right? Like if there's I kind of want to do a mulligan for Thor: Love and Thunder. So if the script makes sense, and I was throwing this around because the Russos had hopped back on the Marvel train. So yeah, and because he had seen a great success, and about the only success that the Russo brothers have seen outside of Marvel was with those Extraction films. So yeah, okay, it's kind of like how RDJ came back and had the firm request that the Russos were going to be there. You would think that, that would set the stage for Chris Hemsworth. So yeah, him coming back makes a lot of sense. But Benedict has come out and said, it's like, I'm not going to be in Doomsday. But we also seen that leaked concept art where you were going to have Doctor Strange as some sort of an officer for Doctor Doom. So he's probably going to be in it, in so much as, well, you take a look at the list of the people that are in it, and, well, you have of the original Avengers cast, you got Thor. That's it. Legitimately. That's it. No Black Panther. No Black Widow, rather. No Black Panther either. You got Shuri, whatever. No Hulk, no Hawkeye, no Captain America. Well, you do, but come on now, we know. And then no theoretical Iron Man right now. So who's the Avengers? Everybody is the Avengers. And X-Men as well, because yeah, I teased it for long enough, and it's like there was one name that came up, and normally like celebrity news doesn't really hit me that hard. I can really only think of two pieces of information that I have received that had really hit me on like a visceral level. Okay, like out of the blue, I was at a couple of days after Christmas, and I was working and got the news that Lemmy from Motorhead died, and that one really hit. That one really hurt because I don't talk about it that much. I'm a big Motorhead fan, and just that Lemmy quietly passing after a silent battle with cancer very quickly, that hurt, man. It still hurts. And the other piece of information also being the sudden death of Roy Halladay, my personal favorite baseball player, and by proxy my favorite athlete, dying in a plane crash. It's like, I remember where I was with both of those both of those news stories dropped, that information coming to light. And then there was another one that I don't think I'm ever going to be able to get over, and yeah, it's who's coming back to this, that, oh god, even when I pull it up, it's still, I know people were happy because they remember the things, but seeing Ian McKellen come back, and God knows what they're going to do to Magneto, it's like, why do we got to do this, man? Why? Just no, leave it be. Okay, it's nice. I'm not going to say he's too old, he should just retire. Okay, this isn't a Ridley Scott type thing. Okay, he's not going to come in and he's not going to go ahead and ruin his legacy, but we know what the Russo brothers did. Okay, you could go back and simply look at all of the character assassinations in Avengers Endgame, and I don't know how they're going to navigate this incredibly bloated cast, but if it's not anything outside of somebody just simply peeking their head into a different multiverse, and if it isn't Jean-Luc Picard opposite Gandalf playing a game of chess with Nightcrawler, Cyclops, and also Mystique, because Rebecca Romijn has literally nothing else on her schedule, just walking around in the background, and they just look over and go, oh, hello, and then just go back and you just let them be at their fucking senior center afterwards. I don't want it. I legitimately don't want it because I don't know. Here's the thing, man. You do this big 5.5 hour long live stream, and then you just have Robert Downey Jr. at the end go, look, chairs, and then you end it. You don't know anything about this movie. We don't know anything about Thunderbolts either, other than, hey, look at these people. You remember them? Kind of. But then with the Avengers, it's like, hey, guys, hey, you remember all these people? Well, we kind of hope you don't remember their movies, but hey, see what's going on here? There's no movie to sell because we don't know the plot. All we have to do is just kind of make sense of this, a disaster area that's on display. Is it Doom who's going to pit some of the old X-Men against the whatever the fuck is going to eventually become the Avengers, because there are so many Avengers characters and then so many X-Men characters, and you would have to imagine, and going back to this Hollywood Reporter article, there are still more people on the way. This isn't it. During the nearly 5.5 hour long live stream, Marvel Studios unveiled its cast for Avengers Doomsday, revealing a mix of Marvel Cinematic Universe mainstays, as well as actors from 20th Century Fox's now defunct X-Men universe and upcoming stars for, yes, Fantastic Four. Notable names, yeah, I'm missing from the roll call, Spider-Man and Captain America, later of whom is expected to appear at least in one of the two movies. Yes, the Thunderbolts, well represented, everybody except for Taskmaster. But yes, sources say that even with 26 Jesus Christ, what the hell did that happen? Because there's no highlighting on the Hollywood Reporter. 26 actors announced. Marvel wasn't done with revealing the entire cast, although when and how another unveiling will occur was unclear, because, hey guys, we don't really have a story all that much. It's going to be a beginning, which is so great that they wanted to give you that dopamine hit of remembering things, because that's the only thing they have left. It's not a story. It's not, the culmination of a years long journey. Okay, there are no Infinity Stones out there right now. There is no looming threat of Thanos on the horizon. It is simply, you remember this stuff. You remember the X-Men. Hey, look we got Captain Picard. We got Gandalf. RDJ is going to come back as Sherlock Holmes, because at this point in time, I see all of these names. I know it's not going to be a good movie. I know it's going to be a jumbled fucking mess. So it might as well be Avengers. Hey, look, it's all of your favorite toys in a toy box, and we're just going to slam them together. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.